How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be another informal Fastidious kind of video. We're going to do a guide on Gear Raid 1, but this guide is going to kind of be a guide on how to follow my guides. And any creator's guides, I presume, knowing, the way people make guides. When we make a guide, creators, right, or certainly when I do, I'm making the guide as a template, as a structure for you to follow to learn the strategy, the gearing techniques, and then the placement techniques, and then use your own roster to apply those. I'm not saying, if I'm and do something and I use Laseer, that you have to use Laseer and not Zealous and not Artemis and not this, that, and the other. Everyone has their benefits and drawbacks. Someone like Zealous is going to have a lot more drawbacks. Someone like Artemis will have a lot more benefits. But when you look at your own heroes, it's not like, oh shoot, I have Morrigan, and in the video he used Aeon, so I have to use Aeon, right? That's not how it works, right? They're all like archetypes. So what I was going to do, I'm going to take this apart. This is whatever he was running, which doesn't look bad at all. I'm just going to take it apart, and we're going to go from scratch. So right now we're on a viewer, we're doing a viewer takeover. We're on Tom's account, streaming live on Twitch. You can catch me on Twitch every day, every single day, twitch.tv/FastidiousYT. If you look here, it's a nice account. He's done a decent chunk of pulling. He's also had the account for quite a while. And we're in the midst of a full account takeover. So that's like the biggest thing I offer, where I will do a full takeover, max each piece of content to its max potential. Gear Raid 1, Gear Raid 2, Gear Raid 3, Artifact Material Raid, and Guild Boss. So what I do with these takeovers a lot, especially on accounts that are more like mid-game, late game, you can see he's been playing for a while. But just the development of the count, I was like, let's do one thing at a time. So we do this, then you farm that, then we're prepared for this, and so on and so on. We're getting towards the end now. We've done the first Gear Raid 2, Gear Raid 3, and Artifact Material Raid. So now we're heading into Gear Raid 1. So we can go in here. He's at 19. Let's see where we're at right now. We'll probably end up maxing this on Gear Raid 2 for him. And then Gear Raid 3, we'll see. We'll see how the gear development goes. But I probably won't revisit it. I usually do pieces of content just once. But for these bigger takeovers, I will return occasionally. But you can see here, we're going to go in here, and basically, we have the ideas that you will see in my guides and stuff of where to place heroes, and I'll explain why they go there. But they don't have to be exactly the heroes we're going to use or the heroes you see me use in my guides. So a lot of people will watch my Gear Raid 119 guide with the greed on the thumbnail. That's epics only and no Dolores. That is not me telling you to only use epics and not use Dolores. That's just showing the bare bones of the strategy. I know some of you might be rolling your eyes that this is so obvious, but to some people it isn't. So I want to show you how you can head in there and adapt the strategy. And I'm not going to do crazy stuff like use Ardia. He's got awesome heroes. Don't get it twisted. We're going to do like a conventional strategy. So I'll sort by mages. First thing I want to look is what kind of AoE. This is for Gear Raid 1, but you can imagine how this applies to different gear raids. If you want to see this kind of thing for those, let me know. But basically, I would like at least one good AoE DPS mage. If we get two, that'd be pretty cool. So Vierna, no brainer. Morrigan, we have to bring her as a lord anyway. If we're bringing Vierna as our main AoE DPS mage, certainly we're going to want a Cultist lord, and if he's got the best one in the game for this fight, we don't need any anti-healing. We don't need we're not. It's not the important thing. Damage is the important thing with Vierna. So I definitely would take Morrigan over Demi on most comps. Later on, 20 and 21, that might change. But he has Morrigan, so obviously we're going to take her. She's really good, and she will very comfortably be our second DPS. No issue there at all. So now we already have that's the next thing, right? Basically, I like to, if you look at the map, we have this square right here. I like to put my main DPS. This square I like to put DPS number 2. So now we know Vierna and Morrigan. So next up, the next two squares, so one behind Vierna and then one behind Morrigan, respectively, we are going to go with Dolores. That's great. He is Dolores. And then we're going to go, I always use Laurel. It doesn't matter how good or bad the account is, I always use Laurel. I swear by Laurel, and I do not use her for her talent. I only pick her up maybe once, occasionally twice, depending on what I'm working with. This is nice, right? This is awesome. But this extra cost generation for the rage cost for the ults is incredible, especially when you have it 8-5. It's so good. And this 20% damage boost, I want her on the field as much as possible, because every time, I'm going to make a Laurel guide in the next week. Every time an ally anywhere on the map does their ult, they get a 20% damage boost. So all their damage is going to be times 1.2. That's just great. It lasts for 8 seconds when it's max skill. Also really important, get to level 5. It goes from 10% to 20%. That's really good stuff. So we'll definitely do Laurel and Dolores. So now we have these first 4 squares covered, right? We got Vierna, we've got Morrigan, we've got Dolores, we got Laurel. Next thing, I always like to put Hollow here. If you've got Element, and he does have Element, so we will bring her. No one's calling this a free-to-play comp, but I'm just taking you through how the strategy works. Element does her rage regen for the whole map, right? It's just anyone that's deployed, she will give them a nice little tick. It comes out to 1% rage per second. It's 3% rage. That ticks every 3 seconds. However, Hollow needs people in her range, so we're going to throw Hollow, over here. Oh, see, we pushed Dolores out. My mistake. Put Dolores back in. I might 6-star Hollow if I can, because she does need decent heals. However, for 19 specifically, you can get away with a lot less. But one thing that will make this a bit more approachable is the gear on this account is not so special. So maybe we do have to make Hollow 6 stars. We'll see. Now we have this whole little quintuplet over here filled. Over here, we're going to put Laurel. She just needs to be over here healing this side. So after that, what do we need? Well, basically, we have 6 deployed units. We want at least 7. You might be thinking, but you put 8 on the field. Yeah, but once we pick up Laurel towards the end of the fight, we'll cycle in those 3. Normally, that's going to come down to a Lord, like Aeon or Nero or something, but Morrigan is going to have a chief focus. A lot of times, I don't even really use Morrigan, right? If we were going to do that other kind of stuff. We can look and see what kind of Esotericists he had. We could do an Esotericist team, with Raiden and Comet on the other side, or Raiden and BOREAS, or Epics as well. But he doesn't have Comet, and I'm happy with Morrigan and Vierna. So now I'm going to think what kind of support, what kind of stuff to make our life a little easier. So obviously, I think Mari is just tremendous. Let's bring Mari. She's going to help a lot. So now we've got 7 deployable units. Now we think, how do we fill out the rest, right? What more do we need? I saw that he had Ajax. I think I will bring Ajax just to kind of showcase him. I know Ajax gets a lot of hate because he's kind of a bummer. But if you're going to use him the way I'm going to use him here, you're going to see he's awesome. We're going to use him kind of the way we use Mari, right? So his Ajax, unfortunately, the best thing Ajax can do is this passive. Everyone within 2 tiles away. So not just the 3 above, 3 below, 1 to the right, 1 to the left. But it's 5, 2 above, 5 to the left, 5 to the right, 5, 2 below, right? It's a really, really big range. They're all going to get magic res reduction, and it starts at 10%. It goes all the way up to 30. So we only have 1 skill up that landed here, so it'll be 15. But we'll still use it because we're going to take advantage of the other thing with him is this chance that his basic attack has to land slow. We're just going to build this guy super fast. He'll put out a little bit of damage, but mostly just for extra slows on top of Mari to help buff Vierna and Morrigan, and like a lot of magic res reduction. That's pretty nice stuff for us. We do have Vierna, who's going to put out magic res reduction as well. Actually, as I say that, I didn't realize she was A1. I'm looking at that right now, but it's only 10%. Why not? I just want to showcase how I like to build Ajax, because unless you're really hurting for DPS, there's usually better options, as I find it. So I'd rather just use him as a support kind of unit. So we'll put these 2 on the side with Eloin, and that's kind of going to be our squad. So we can think, all right, what more do we need? Well, a Lord over here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let's see what we've got. Let's bring Elder. We can throw him behind the line later once we pick up Laurel. That'll be a little damage, and he's going to make it so it takes longer for Mari to die, because Mari can be hard to gear if we want her going like super fast. Tons of rage regen. It's hard to get enough HP on her, so a Legendary Lord for her is certainly not going to hurt at all. And for the final spot, we're kind of already cooking. We could bring Ardia, obviously. I don't really want to do that because I want to keep this slightly more accessible. We could bring Cerberus. That'd be a nice little burst. I could show you guys how to use Cerberus, but then again, this comp's becoming even more pay to win. Maybe we bring Aatrox, right? Let's bring Oh, he's not built. All right, we'll bring Cerberus. You could use Aatrox in the same way. Take my word for it. There we go. That's going to be the squad. Let's throw Ajax up here. So he will get a little damage boost when he's hitting the targets that him and Mari are placing the crowd control on. And yeah, next thing you do, right? Now we know, I'll just walk you through where everybody's going to go. It's going to go Vierna, Morrigan, Dolores, Laurel, Hollow, and then here it's going to go probably Ajax, Mari, and Eloin. That's going to be our main team, right? So now I got to think, who do I want to gear first? Well, Vierna is going to be our hard carry DPS. This Vierna is skilled up on the ult. Other things are missing skill ups. This is going to hurt us, right? We're not going to have as big an AoE from the basic attack, but Vierna's also really easy to build. He's going to be our most important build, so let's build her first. Why do I say Vierna's easy to build? Because basic attack doesn't affect. Basic attack are not affected by attack speed, so we can just go all in on DPS and ignore attack speed, right? So this actually, I think, is the Vierna build I put on his heroes. You can see, this is the gear we're working with. This is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. So maybe I should have showed that at the beginning, but, it is what it is. We're going to probably have to go broken set. We're going to do our best to crit cap her. It's pretty important you do, since her big burst is like a big burst AoE hitter. And I think this is the build I had on her for Gear 8 too. We can peek around to see if he's picked up some new pieces. It looks like there's some nice stuff hiding around here. I'm seeing some curse pieces and stuff. See if we can get a better piece on, a better set on, and then we'll work backwards from there. So what we'll do is we'll sort with we want either attack or crit damage. We need a crit rate sub, and then we'll go through it. I guess let's look at the curse gear, since I'm seeing some curse ancients. Like this one doesn't have attack bonus, so it's not viable. This one doesn't have attack bonus, so that's already not going to happen for us, right? And like this is just every piece that's attack or oh no, this one is attack main stat, but it's only legendary. It just got rated by Jacobo. Shout out to Jacobo, amazing, best Spanish language streamer in the world, maybe best streamer in the world for the game, who knows. Let's see. This one could be viable. You know, you wish we had some crit damage. Maybe I can swing it. Yeah, we can, because this piece is pretty awesome. All right, so we actually will. This is what we're doing, baby. It's beating 119. We're going to run a legendary piece. Then over here, we can snag one of these. I like that this has huge flat attack speed, but we don't need that, right? That's not going to help Vierna at all. So let's see what we got over here. Let's go with, this has 23.5% and 17 for crit rate and attack, 21.5 and 15. Yeah, we'll snag this. So you can see now the build is shaping up, but desperately we're going to need more crit rate, so I'll take these pieces off. We can get it at just about 20%, 20.5% on each. We should be good. So we'll do a little sort like this and see what we've got. It's pretty solid. How big a crit roll can we get over here? What's the biggest crit roll he has on this stuff? That's 24%. That's juiced up. I kind of love that, actually. Oh, there's no attack, actually. I don't love it at all. I take it all back. What are we looking at over here? 15. We're hurting a bit. We're hurting a bit. You can see it's going to be hard to get a crit cap going. So let's actually just sort by crit rate. So here's the 24.5%. We probably have to snag it. And then I guess we're going to be short about, what, 16? Yeah, 16 on the dot. Keep in mind, actually, though, it's not truly short 16. What's up, Cardish? What's up, Brad Spit? What's up, Gasty? Alex Score, Jacobo. Sorry, got rated. You know, you gotta be polite. So if we look over here, we're 16 short, but it's actually 13 because he has the collection bonus, right? Something important when you gear your cultist to be aware of. So we'll go here, and it needs to have attack, right? So it needs to be Calamity. We're going full set for sure on the left. So what did I say we need? 13. That's basically there, but I hate that attack bonus roll. This is better. This is spot on. We're losing a little attack speed, but you know, meaning we're losing it that we could have put it on a different hero because it's not going to benefit Vierna. But all in all, this is a really solid build. Exactly crit capped at 100%. Tons of attack speed that we don't need, but that's what happens when you use your best gear. 14.5k attack is plenty for 119, and a nice chunk of crit damage for the kind of account we're on. Pretty happy with it. So let's go here. He's got a tiered Twilight. How gorgeous is that? Let's see if there's anything for us to forge. No, sir. But yeah, absolutely. We're going to rock that tiered Twilight. This is by far best in slot. Going to give us a nice, huge attack boost. Excellent. Some promos would go a long way, but for now, it's good enough. So that's our Vierna. We'll go now to Morrigan, who's going to be our hardest DPS to gear, right? Because Morrigan does need attack speed and all that crazy stuff. We're definitely going to go broken set. I'll tell you just looking at this stuff. And we're just going to search like crit rate and attack speed in the substats. What are we working with? So here's attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed, no crit damage, but that's a really nice looking piece. Let's actually throw that on for sure. And now maybe we can build another one. So I saved this. Oh, this is the one we put on Vierna, excuse me. So we'll throw this one on from Silas. And let's see. And we block 2 curse. That's be kind of sick. Let's just go for crit rate sub. No attack. No, we can't. Too bad. Okay, so this piece we don't really need. This piece, I think, how could we not rock with this, right? No crit damage, but a nice big flat attack, which does go a decent way. Big crit rate roll, big attack speed roll. We'll definitely have to go crit damage main on one of these on the account. So let's see. Now let's go for optimal. We want crit rate. Of course, we want attack bonus and then an attack speed. Got anything over here? Oh yeah, we're taking that for sure. And then I think I want attack bonus for the other one. So let's do the same thing, but instead of attack bonus, we need crit damage bonus. No, not an option. So now let's give up on the attack speed and see. I will take this really juicy piece from a hot sit. Got another cultist here, guys. So we're not looking at 62.5%. It's 65.5%. I do not know why they don't add that for us. They're only showing the from gear stuff, which is kind of a bummer. Definitely a lot of more math to do in your head. Now we'll go for optimal, right? Like we're like, what if we could get attack bonus, crit rate, and crit damage? Let's see what this is on Livian. Not terrible. I mean, it's bad, but it's not terrible. And what's this over here? Now we're definitely snagging this from Lust. This is juiced up. Kind of has a little bit of everything. No attack speed, but we'll get that boost from the Whirlwind. And we're getting crit damage on the weapon, which is only possible with an Ancient. This is a pretty darn good piece. And you can see now we're like 11.5% away. So we can really go like this and just hope for the best. Let's see what this looks like on Elder. It works for me. Now we're crit capped, nearly 300% crit damage. Decent interval here. We took off 1.2 seconds, 328 attack speed. It's not great, but for this account, it's solid. 14.3. We'll get some proper damage out of our Morrigan. Dema Horror, I don't like at all. We're going to throw this other tier Twilight. This is why I say save 2 base copies before you start investing in one. Nice little piece to throw on our Morrigan. So there we go. Now we're kind of in the DPS mindset, so I think why not? I would say between Cerberus and Elder, Cerberus is going to have the bigger impact since he's going to get dropped. He's going to die, and we'll get a nice little burst. I can control it. I can time it out. Elder is basically just going to get cycled in when Cerberus and Laurel aren't on the field. So let's throw this over here, and I'm going to go total broken set here. I probably can time this out with Invigoration, it's Inspiration from Dolores. However, I'm going to just still pump his attack to the moon. We don't have the best gear on this account, as you can see, but Cerberus does have tremendously high base attack, so let's take advantage, right? It's over 6k. So let's go here, and let's just go. He also, attack speed doesn't matter. He's born to die, right? We're going to put him on the field. He's going to die, so we can kind of build him like Vierna. I'm just going to go like this, you know, attack bonus with crit rate and crit damage. That's how we're doing this. Ooh, can we get a Night Pair set? Like whatever Lust is rocking? Let's see. I mean, I don't look for sets on an account like this, but if they start coming together, they start coming together. Let's see. 14%. 14%. Flat attack. Yeah, we'll snag this. It's already built up. Solid. Definitely want some crit damage over here. Here we don't need a crit cap him. It'd be nice, but he's doing constant, like, continuous aura AoE damage. So it's not like one big burst like Vierna where it's super important that she's capped. We'll see what this looks like. We'll definitely snag that. And now let's just see. That'll probably work. Yeah, this will work. So there you go. So it's 86% when you put in the Cultist bonus. Again, it's not mind-blowing stuff. Attacks through the roof, though. It works for me. It totally works for me. Well, we have no freaking gold, so let me see if I can't do a quick cleanse. Otherwise, we'll snag one of those other pieces that were already built. No, we can't. All right. Just a heads up. I should have checked before, obviously. Some of you guys might have already noticed, but when I am going to do a takeover, especially if we do these long ongoing things, I'm definitely going to assume that you have gold. So if you don't, give me the heads up. But actually, I'm just making excuses. It's completely my fault. I should have already checked. So, and no skin off our backs, right? So like this one, fine, rock and roll. So let's look over here. You know, Lunacy Visor's nice if we want him to stay alive, but we kind of don't. We just want him to die so he can put out that big aura damage, make it easier when the big mobs come down. So let's just take this Eye of Sin over here from Abomination. That works for me. All right, so 3 main DPS are over. We can do a quick DPS build on Elder at the end, but he's the least important of those 4 options. Now the next thing, it's got to be Hollow. So let's see, is there any world we can actually 6-star her? Because this is something I'm going to be concerned about. No, so we got to get a really, really good build on her. She needs to be quite fast, right? To take advantage of the A1. Oh, he doesn't even have Hollow A1. See, this isn't going to be that easy, guys. I told you. Not easy at all, actually. So I'll just tell you right now, we're not even going to use Hollow. You know, she would help, but I think we have enough DPS. I'd rather just bring Vortex. We had the Lord here for the reason. And then we'll take good advantage of Elwyn's Rage Regen as it is. This is max. We maxed that a week or 2 ago on this account, so that's pretty good. Vortex will make it a lot easier to keep Dolores alive, which is a big issue on kind of more developing accounts like this. Getting enough attack on Dolores, but also making it so she doesn't die in the corner that I like to shove her in. So definitely we'll lean in on Vortex here. So for healers, attack speed is so important. So definitely, like, I like to look for the Bangle, HP bonus with heal effect, and attack speed. This roll sucks, but I'll still go with it because that Rage Regen roll is pretty sweet. So we'll take that. For this one, I like the same. That's better. You know, 40 attack speed, we'll take it. And then most important, I almost exclusively run attack speed amulets on my healers, on all healers, with almost no exception. Healers and supports, I almost always have attack speed amulets. Here you go. No HP bonus. We have a nice flat HP. We have a heal effect. This works for me. And now over here, we can go Life Force and go like all in on HP and stuff. If we can grab some heal effect, it's nice. It looks like we can't. Definitely go a maxed out piece because, you know, that extra, what is it? It goes from 2370 to 3600, so it's another 1230. It's pretty juice, and like that's a solid roll, 18.5% with some flat defense. We'll take that. And then over here, we're also going to hunt for some flat HP as well. Let's go for both. Yeah, and look at that, 22%, and then another 940. We'll take that. So all in all, we ended up with a good build. 38k, pretty darn fast. Almost cut his interval in half, and even 47% heal effect with a touch of Rage Regen. So Ty's Bomb is solid. Let's see. Yeah, why not? Mostly just because it's already at +10. But it'll be nice if like Dolores is about to die and she's under 30% health. That's basically this is all about. Let's make sure Dolores doesn't die. He'll give a nice big heal. We should be okay though with the crazy shields that we're gonna put out. So there is gonna be Vortex. Let's see what's gonna be next. Ellen will be easy to build now since she can get like all the attack healer gear. Yeah, let's build Dolores. She's probably built from the last time I was in here. It looks like, yes, she is. 1202, it's fine. It's not too special, but it's certainly going to work. Nice little chunk of Rage Regen is going to be pretty solid. That's basically all that matters. She's in a Tumultuous Horn from Gear A2. We will take that off in favor of a maxed out Ancestral Teachings, a little Maw Bucket artifact. Excuse me, it's called Keen Wisdom now. So you guys can watch the pain that is upgrading artifacts. Maybe you know from your own accounts. I've had when I did all my artifact tier lists, I would have to do this for like 16 different artifacts sometimes. Just clicking, and like, yeah, the test server is fun, but building it all from scratch takes an eternity. And I was doing it just for a photograph, right? Just so I could have those photographs of +1 and plus 25 to show the different descriptions. The drag, man. So here we go. We already have +16. This would be +16 when there's within 2 tiles. Everyone will be within 1 tile. I'm literally doing it for every last bit of flat stat from the attack contribution. So it's not much. I believe what's another, it's so little. What is it? Another 5, but who knows? Another 15. It never hurt anybody. Let's take it. We have the Mithril. That's going to be our Dolores. It's a solid build. So what's it looking like now? 11-8. You know, it is what it is. I wonder if some stuff has been moved around. No, it looks about right. So, you know, this is something you work towards. You farm that Gear A2, get her an Invig. One thing about Invig with Dolores, it's not just that it gives the 10% bonus to her and the 10% to an ally, and that's really nice. With your gear like this, right? Let me find an example. Yeah, here we go. With your red and yellow gear, I call it premium gear, the main stats are 10% higher. So Dolores in Asclepius or Broken set, we're only in Asclepius, by the way, because this just happened to be the pieces that had attack bonus, rage, and flat attack. The difference between this and that, if you had an Asclepius or just Broken set, not premium gear on Dolores, and premium Invig on Dolores, right? That's 18% attack, 6% per piece. That's huge. That's like undeniably important. So definitely farm your Gear A2. That's a big thing I've been noticing is, I guess there's a lot of creators, I don't know who's saying it, but they're saying not to do Gear A2 or something, or only do Gear A3. I don't know what that wisdom is, but it's just dead wrong. Completely dead wrong. There's Dolores. I believe Laurel's going to be in a build. No, she's not. So we'll circle back to her because she's going to be the least important. Now let's get a nice speedy build. Actually, first Elwyn, then Mari, because we got to make sure Mari doesn't die. So let's start over here. This might be a good enough build. Let's see it. Way too much heal effect, I'll tell you that right now, and not enough attack. All right, so heal effect is a soft cap at 100, guys. So 172 is just complete overkill. Shout out to Mick. How you doing, buddy? Let's look here. Yeah, and again, I'm always going to want to go attack speed. Let's see, what can we get? Here we go, attack bonus, rage, and attack speed. That's lovely. And we get a mana spring set. I mean, just while we're here, I'll take a peek. No, we can't. All right. Bangle absolutely has to be attack bonus. I guess it could be heal effect, but I don't care about that. Looks like attack speed and maybe a rage regen. No. All right. So what's this on A-bomb? What's this? There's some heal effect. All right, let's snag that. So now, Rage Regen's not a bad call at all. We could search Rage Regen with attack speed and attack bonus. Let's see what we have. Yeah, this it's pretty good. I mean, it's not maxed out, but it kind of does work for me. The attack's already getting a lot higher, right? And we're definitely going to go Calamity on this side. Actually, no, we're not. This piece is too good. You get the attack speed and Rage Regen and attack bonus and heal effect. These are perfect subsets, even if it's a suboptimal set. So now what we'll do, we'll leave that ring open, you know, and kind of work backwards a bit. We'll go by Salvation, just find which Salvation breastplate has the highest attack bonus roll. It's this one. I'm almost certainly going to snag it. I will. Now we're looking really good. And now we got plenty heal effect as it is, you know, so we're going to lose 17 here. If we could just find attack bonus with the heal effect substat, then we're good to go. And maybe it has some attack speed too on one of these. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So there we go. 481. There you go, like a goddamn parrot. Broken record. 481, that's nice. Some Rage Regen, which is cool, and 75 heal effect is plenty. And now her healing scales off of attack. She has almost 18k as opposed to 12.3. Much, much better. Euphoric Orb totally works for me. Actually, I want her ulting as much as possible, so let's throw this on her. Let's throw the Golden Scarab, another 25% Rage Regen, never hurt anybody. Shout out to Chalk and Cheetos, how you doing? Let's see, so that's looking really good now. Who is left the gear? Iax, Mari, Laurel, and Elder. So we'll do Iax first, so we'll go for him like a little speed support build, but if we could get a little DPS, you know, it wouldn't hurt. He's not going to put out much because he's not going to be in Dolores range, and you'll really see and feel that difference. But we'll go something like this, and we'll just see what we can snag. This totally works. We're stealing a lot of stuff from Arrogance here. Attack speed. Get some crit rate and attack. Yeah, we're totally stealing from Arrogance. This works. Let's go now like this. I would love a Whirlwind set. That's beautiful. we'll snag this one. This is a good build. So, you know, he's going to get some DPS going, but most importantly, he's going to go really fast. And we're going to get many opportunities at that 15% chance from basic attacks to cast some AoE slow, right? That's a nice... Actually, it's not a nice slow, excuse me. I was going to say, it's like, I thought it was 50 or 75%. That's a terrible slow. But it's going to enable Morrigan's Lord bonus, so that's cool. There he goes. So that was pretty quick and easy. Let's do Mari, then we'll do Elder, then we'll do Laurel. I don't know what build she's in. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's do attack speed on the amulet, of course. And then we just want her going fast. Rage regen is nice, but it's just a bonus. We want her fast, and we want her to not die. So let's look HP bonus here. We'll snag this one. And then we'll go HP bonus here with attack speed. And it has rage regen. Nice. We'll snag that one. And then more HP bonus, attack speed, and some flat HP. We'll take it. We're going to go HP bonus here. Ideally on a whirlwind set. There we go. And then we're going to HP bonus with an attack speed and go for a whirlwind set. What you call it? Weapon. And look at that. This thing was made in heaven. 26% and 90 attack speed. This Mari is lightning. 582 and somehow pretty tanky at 30k. Even got 14.5 rage regen. I like it a lot. I do. And then absolutely you need a Nightmare Samsara on her. Let's see if we've got anything more developed. We don't, but we're going to develop this one a bit. Ooh, and I forgot to put the artifact on Lysair, excuse me. On what's this flippin' name? The boy, Ajax, of course. So we'll get this one here. Give her a promo 1/1, and then the other two will go on to Ajax. So Mari's good and done. Let's go find Ajax. I've compared Spellcaster's Echo directly to what is this one? I've compared Nightmare Samsara to Spellcaster's Echo and this horrible one, the Tome of Horror. It is so much better. It's crazy. There's niche situations like I've seen, like if you saw my Anai guide that people hated so much, the preview, like Spellcaster's Echo can work occasionally better, depending on the cost of the ult and the frequency. But in general, Nightmare Samsara is just god tier. It's for these kind of spammer heroes that you just want ulting as much as possible. So there she goes. One more. Lovely. Sweetness. And yeah, whole top row is done. Done. Okay, Elder. We can just go DPS with any form of attack speed. So we'll do the same kind of thing. We'll do attack, crit damage with crit rate and attack speed. Let's see what we're looking at. He's got super high base attack, so we can rock with some of this. This works for me. I wish it was maxed. This works better. And let's see over here. What do we got? What you got? Fine. I mean, he's there just because we're going to deploy him because we will have a moment when there's no one else to deploy, so why not? Not that he's not good. It's just we don't need his random physical damage for this fight, you know? No crit damage. Let's see. I will snag this boy. And let's see. Yeah, why not? Don't mind if I do. Cool. Did this have attack on it? Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. That's fine. Finally, Laurel. So this is who I'd love to put in Invig, but I don't think we have Invig, unfortunately. And this is a sad thing not to have Invig. We can maybe just get a set going, so we will try that. We will. So we'll be able to get Invig, I think, on our girl Vierna. I am gonna have to do a very, very quick cleanse. I don't think we have literally any gold at all. So this is a nice little cleansing tip. You can go by defense for me. There's no way you're keeping any defense piece that doesn't have crit rate and crit damage, because as it stands now, defense is not good enough for tanks. It's only going to go on like a damage dealer based on defense. Basically only going to go on Gone and maybe like Trusk and other heroes we have coming in the future. So all these guys, especially ones that don't have either, can be like an insta sell. I'll check these ones he already has leveled, but yeah, these are, maybe this could help with a tank for a minute, but everything else, yeah, this is all just going to be a sell. You know, it sucks to get those good rolls, but it's just, and then sell it, but it's a sell. So there you go, 658, that's nice. Let's bring this guy up. Let's bring them all to 12, basically. This one's nice because it has HP bonus with flat HP and some attack speed, so she can get her ult going more. We'll take what we can get. Basically, we want enough. We need at least 20k HP is what I'm looking for on her, and then as much attack speed so she can keep cycling. I realize now I should have kept an extra Nightmare Samsara for her to cycle with, but no huge deal. We can throw that Spellcaster's Echo on her. It'll still help. Just won't be as potent. We can go over here. We can see now HP and attack speed. He's got anything, any ancients hiding around? No, sir. Rage Regen? No. Okay, so we'll go, what are we looking at? 12k or so? I think we have to go Life Force on this, so we'll snag this. We'll go like this. Cool. So she's slow as hell, but she won't die, and that's kind of all that matters. We probably will pick her up right at the point where she could die anyway. So this will be fine. And without further ado, that is the whole gearing process and how I'm thinking about it. All of these heroes are interchangeable, right? So someone like Elder is just a swap, and he's there only for the Lord bonus. Morrigan is there as a Lord, but also our second DPS. Vierna, first DPS. Those could easily be Iona and Greed. Or they could be BOREAS and KHAMET. You know, it is what it is. Cerberus is just going to be some extra DPS. And then we've got a classic support free-to-play in Mari. Then we've got Ajax. This could easily be Aeon and Lashir or something. You know, it is what it is. We could have even brought Lashir for anti-heal, but we should have enough DPS just to take this down ourselves. If we have any trouble, we could easily bring in Lashir for Ajax. Probably would be better, but like I said, I don't want to show up Ajax. Then we just got a quick build to get lots of ults out of Eloin, and then we're going to take advantage of her passive. Laurel's there just to not die. Invig on Vierna and do her best. Dolores is Doloresing, and Vortex is going to Vortex, you know? Heal and shield. There you go. So hopefully we first try this. Otherwise, I could just port the gear from Ajax onto Lashir. Now I'll take you through the strategy, but the point of this guide really was how to approach following the guide and what I'm thinking when I'm making my decisions. I think for like, there might be at least 10 people that find this really cool and helpful, so that's why I'm doing it, honestly. This video is going to get like 1,000 views. That's life, right? But it's not why we make every video. So we can go here. There goes Vierna. Now we have to place Laurel next to make sure the buff lands on Vierna. There's our Invig. Throw this thing on 2x. There's Elder hanging out. Let's wait for Morrigan. Unfortunately, not timing it too well right now with Dolores, but this first bunch shouldn't be too big a problem for us. Maybe it will be. Let's see. I'm certainly not going to trigger Vierna since she has like the single burst. I'm not going to trigger her until Dolores is ready. Alright, that looks, you can see the damage is legit. Here comes Vierna, and we wipe them all. Beautiful. We're looking pretty good here. So now what I'll do is place Eloin. She's not healing anyone yet, but she can already help with the Rage Regen. And now, if it was anybody but Ajax, I'd place that person, and then I could place Vortex, but Ajax is so dang expensive. If we place Ajax before Vortex, everyone on the left side is going to die. He's 26 cost. It's freaking ridiculous. So we'll go. We'll still have some pretty good Rage Regen on the back of Eloin, but clearly not as good as if we were using Hollow, which sure we could still use her, but without her A1 and with how hard it was going to be to build her when she's only 5 stars, this is the route that we're going to go. So let's sit here. One cool thing when you use Vierna for your main DPS is she comes back around really quick, so we don't have to stress too much. Someone like KHAMET, you know, that can take a while for those ults to come back around. Doing good now. We can get Mari, and now we have our main 8 units deployed. We're going to have to be patient here. They're going to take some heals, but, you know, that's life. We'll wait on Ajax as well. So here we go. Trigger. Let's go Ajax. And we're going to use Vierna towards the end of Dolores' ult. So she's put out as much DPS as possible. Actually, these guys are taking a lot of damage, so I can probably use her now. But in general, towards the end of the ult, when everyone's at as much DPS as possible, but Dolores is still ulting, then you do the final big burst, take the most people to the threshold range. But as you can see, we're just deleting people right now, actually, now that I look at it. Maybe we are a little bit overpowered for this. But all the key things hold still, and we deleted them without even ulting with Vierna, so everything I just said out the window. Keep it in mind for other things. Maybe we'll try 120, having looked at this. You know, even if we don't get it, you'll get to see the proper strategies in place, because I can't really do them when we kill everybody this fast. Let's trigger. Right before the heal, yeah, let's just delete them all. Alright, I mean, we're freaking cruising, dude. We're cruising! Ah, it's easy for us. Get a little ult out of Laurel. You see how she's helping boost these guys? Look at that. Plus 36, plus 36, plus 32. It obviously is a percentage of the hero receiving the rage boost, so it's not going to be the same for everybody, but that is just crazy. Can trigger the ult with Dolores. Let's get a freeze. Let's get this. Let's get this. Let's ult. Let's shield. Lovely. And now this is our moment that we can pick up Laurel. You can see she just ulted. Everyone is 50% rage or less. A lot of them a lot less. Except for Vierna, it looks like. No, she's counting down, excuse me, 20%. Yeah, we're great. Let's pick up, and Morrigan is what I meant, my bad. So Morrigan was over, but it's fine. We'll place Cerberus right here, so he's in Dolores range. You can put him in the middle if you want to hit more people, but she was still ulting, so why not? He dies, doesn't matter. Now we can get an Elder in the middle, I guess, to help take care of business. A lot of people are low, so I'm already going to trigger the ult there with Vierna. And we're kind of deleting frickin' everyone. This went goddamn quick. Went so quick I can barely keep up with the strategy I want to do. And that's 58 of 59. Throw this thing on auto. Have a drink of water. Maybe we'll be able to get 120, honestly. We're going no anti-heal. You know, maybe I'll give it one honest attempt with this comp, and then if I feel like we're close at all, but we don't get it with that comp, I'll take out Ix and put in Lassir. We'll get some anti-heals going. That's pretty nice. That DPS was legit. But also, it's not going to be nearly close to as legit for 120, and you guys will really, really, really get to see how big a jump it is in real time, because that was crazy easy, right? We just deleted those guys. That is not what 120 is going to look like. So let's go right into it. I can go a little faster since I've explained a lot of this stuff, but I'm starting to lose my voice a bit here. Maybe I need another day off. Let's get Vierna. Let's get Laurel. This time I actually will place Dolores first, just so that ult's ready sooner. And I have a little bit more agency, a little more flexibility, a little more control. Here comes Morrigan. So as soon as Dolores is ready, there's enough guys in range, we can trigger the ult. Now we just keep an eye. I've done this 1,000 times. Gear Aid 1's probably the one I've done the least of the 3 Gear Aids, but done at least 150 Gear Aid takeovers. So if you count attempts, I've probably done several thousand. Like, you know what to look for. You know what good DPS looks like and bad DPS looks like. So far, this looks okay. We'll be able to see a little bit later after we get the ult from Vierna. I'm going to hold Laurel here until we've already ulted with Vierna. Get Elowen down. All right. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's something. But yeah, we're obviously not picking off everybody now. That's an instant and gigantic difference. And, you know, these guys don't put too much damage into the wall, but they're just more bodies for Vierna to hit and get distracted by. And that's not great. That's not something we like. And now here comes the anti-healing that's going to be really hard for us to keep up with. This guy on the left will slowly die, but the ones in the healing range, they're going to give us trouble. As soon as these guys come into range, I can already trigger with Dolores, or when they're about to. There we go. Still waiting forever on Ix. You can see why he's not a desirable choice. 26 goddamn cost. Trigger with Vierna. I was deciding if I wanted to wait or not. Probably should have made that decision sooner and triggered her sooner. You can see the damage probably still is there, so I might end up doing the port from Ix to Lassir. Let's see how the rest of this plays out. Yeah, we're picking them off. See, Vierna comes back so quick. So quick. Trigger there with Ix. As soon as Dolores is ready. Maybe we can pick off a couple early, you know, before they get healed up. I don't know. I should have also showed you guys the damage from 19. I do apologize for that. These guys getting healed. The damage is meh. I don't know. Let's trigger Vierna right away and see what numbers we're looking at. Yeah, I don't know. We're doing it. Like, we will get this with Lassir. I mean, it's pretty good. The slows from Ix and Mari, the freeze, it was working. I mean, what I look for after these guys are done, really it's when you're at 36 kills or about to be, and you're in that last hard part. That's where I take the original evaluation, but you can already start checking now. They probably took off about 15% of the health of the wall. If you're at about 70%, I would say, 65, 70% before those last big waves when you're at 36 kills out of 59, that's a great sign. Towards the end of Dolores' ult there, we're going to trigger. Got a little pick off there, and these guys, if we can pick them off now, let's trigger with Ix. If we can kill them before the next heals, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad at all, does it? It doesn't. We're going to hold Vortex for his shields for when the Scourge guys come marching out. Same thing with Elowen on the other side. And no reason to use Mari right now. And you know what? We can, just so we don't take this extra damage on the wall. We also have our Wood Elf we can use if we need, if it looks hairy with Vierna over here or Ix over there. We're looking all right. I'm going to hold now and wait till we actually have more guys to hit. I'm very curious to look at the damage. I won't forget this time, so my apologies. Let's trigger. So now we can trigger Vortex. And now you can see... We'll wait for Vierna to... Morrigan to ult. Now we can pick up. Oh, shoot. I forgot to click... Did she not go? Maybe I picked her up before she went. My bad, guys. Maybe we'll still pull it off. I don't know. You got a heal over there for Ix and Mari. Ooh, I should have... Oh, that's Cerberus dying. Excellent. So let's trigger with Elowen. Let's get you right in the middle, Elder. Let's get another trigger. So now you can see we're kind of at that spot. We were at about 70%. Obviously less now. They're really digging in. We're at that 36 kills. This is kind of where we're going to see, do we have the DPS to outpace the heals? I think no. Clearly, we have the damage that if we had some anti-heal, it's a yes. So we'll do 120, whether we get it here or on the next one. I shouldn't have been so sloppy with Vierna. I didn't see, actually, if we pulled it off, because that ult did come back up really fast. My guess is, though, we didn't. We're at 47 kills, though, so kind of totally in control. This is very much on the backs of some really good heroes that we're using, right? And we're going to get it. So that's really cool. Unless some crazy stuff happens, we are going to get it. This should wipe everybody. So these guys don't get killed, and that drove me crazy for like half a year of my life. And then I realized these guys are counted as elites. I should have realized this much sooner. But so they do not they can't get executed by Vierna. But there you go, man. We're at 20% health, 15% health. I'm eyeballing this. It doesn't say it anywhere. And it looks pretty dang good. We can pick up Vortex now. We don't need any more healing. Let's get Mari down. We'll get a little damage boost out of Vierna, damage boost out of on Morrigan. Now we can pick up, and that should do it. So cool. So he's actually not too far from 121. There's no chance in hell we can get it. I'm not even going to attempt it. But certainly with better gear, it's beyond obvious he has all the heroes, right? So basically, a lot of people will be like, I don't have KHAMET, I don't have BOREAS. And obviously we had great heroes here, but like I did it with Greed, right? Literally an A3 Greed and no Dolores. So obviously you can do it. It's about placement. It's about builds. It's about adapting. You can always ask questions in the comments. You can ask questions on my Discord, the Fast and the Fastidious. I hope this does help people. I know it's going to be a long video. I'm looking at the clock right now. It's coming in at about 42 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I think it really articulates what I'm trying to say. It's, you know, you evaluate my placements, you evaluate my strategies. If you want, go watch Ronaldo or someone else with some great guides. You can go watch Zucania. I mean, there's a million guys out there, right? Get other information, take all of that, and apply that to your own roster. Then you can come and ask specific questions, but don't get down on yourself. I don't have KHAMET, so I can't do it. Or you use Greed, so I can't do it. Meanwhile, you have Morrigan on your team, or you have Vierna on your team. It's like, just put them in for Greed, you know, something like this. In my example, where I use Greed as a DPS. So let's look at the stats. Vierna being a queen, but Morrigan doing some crazy legit damage. This is kind of the spread you would expect to see if this was KHAMET and this was Vierna, right? Maybe a little closer, but you can see she's like almost half. I mean, what is this? 5/11ths of what Vierna's doing? That's badass, right? And what is it? Is that 44% or something? That's very good. Morrigan can really hold her own. She's definitely a class above like Iona and Greed. And certainly the Fools, you know, Kriya and Zealous and all those guys. She's legit. And the builds weren't even that crazy. Cerberus there just for a nice burst. And Ajax did pick up some slack. He did some cool stuff. Ajax is pretty good. Maybe I have to test him side by side against Morrigan. I've never done that to see who can do better in the same build. Let me know if you guys want to see that. There we go. We're going to call it right there. I really hope this was helpful. This is going to go up immediately. I had music running in the background live. Just doing it on Twitch. This is going to be a super informal, relaxed kind of video. Basically, why am I doing this? Maybe I should have let off. We have a Gear Raid 1 tournament, and I just want as many of you guys succeeding as possible. I guess if I could say one thing, I make content for a million reasons, right? But the biggest reason is to help people, and these videos do not do well. And I'm not asking for you to help them do well. I just want to explain. I did read a comment today where someone's like, he just posts things for clicks. This won't get clicked. I do this all the time. 3 or 4 times a week, I'll do silly guides like this just to help the 100 people that it helped, right? That is the core of why we do this, right? I think very few people set out to do content creation as a job. We set out to do it to help people because we think it's fun. And God, when it helps people, it's freaking awesome. It really is. So that's why we do it. There you go. Vierna being an absolute goddess. 109 million damage on 120 in a goddamn legendary piece. So I want to hear no excuses, everybody. Get grinding. Make a push. If you need help, let me know in the comments. Or like if you need advice. If you need help, you got to get a takeover. If you want hands-on help. So shout out to Tom. But yeah, ask for advice in the comments. You can go join my Discord, the Fast and Fastidious. But it's super doable. I mean, this is the most like this is like from Gear Raid stage 17s, right? This is the least special gear in the world, but it works. You have to be patient. And you have to god dang try. That's all I ask of you. Thank you so much. I've been Fastidious. Maybe your mother's struggling with Gear Raid 1. Send this to her. Share it with her. See you real soon.
Fastidious.